Halloween should always include some creativity. After all, what's the spooky season for if not black arts and witchcraft? Welcome to How Hard Could It Be, where I fail at creating the video that I want to make, but whoo boy do I enjoy the process of that failure. So, here was my goal. Create a gory, but hopefully funny and interesting makeup tutorial for Halloween. Instead of doing make up, I do a make down. A flesh down, a flesh off.
Face.
Yes. His face. Oh. The eyes. Nose. Skin. It's coming off.
I wanted to create a flesh mask on top of my skull mask. A little blood, a little gore, and even more fun. I decided to stream the process because, what better way to get the raw data on how hard preparing for this was? What I did not expect was 7.5 grueling hours of work, mostly with limited sight, echoing ears, literal sweat or maybe condensing drool, and more failures of the process than I can count. So, instead of making the video that I wanted to make, here's a highlight reel of what happened. Starting with the breakdown of my attempt at recording the De-Fleshening. Also, this segment has no audio, so I'll be talking over it. You're not missing anything auditorial with this. All you're missing is post-production squelching and splatters that I would have had to add in. Also, the voiceover that would have gone over it. First, I messed up the intro bit. I was supposed to come up into frame. Didn't do that. I tried to cut the cheek squib that I put in there, but I couldn't quite find it. And before I could do that, the other side fell off. I didn't see the crack forming over there because, I didn't have the mirror. Now, I'm trying to get this squib to cut for at least some blood, but it's not going. Honestly, maybe I should have used a sharper tool. This pumpkin carver was not cutting it. Literally. I go back to trying to find that squib and it just does not cut. So I squeeze it for some beautiful splatter. Alright, next I go for the forehead line. I had whole line of squibs up here. I was hoping for a beautiful effect, and it just did fuck all because the knife is so dull. Then I wind up tearing the nose off. Go for the ear, and I think at this point I was just laughing at the absurdity of nothing working, and into that grand finale of getting the rest of the flesh off. Oh, and then there's the the nose worm. Oh, the glory of nose worm, which I pulled out wrong. I should have gone for an angle pull instead of straight towards the camera where you can't see anything. Again, with laughing, looking at everything, I enjoy it. A nice moment for the screen grab, and then surveying the damage. Unsuccessful, but at least it was fun. I forgot my ear squibs, which was kind of a bummer. I was gonna have some blood packets in my hand, and when I grab the ear and rip it off, have a back there. Kind of a bummer. I should have had one for the nose as well, but alas, nothing quite worked out. Okay, here's the highlight reel for y'all. Enjoy the absurdity of putting this mess together. So, oh, my head. Oh, my nose. Okay, so maybe looking down isn't a great idea. Alright, so my glasses on real quick. Alright, hey dear, can you do me a favor? Oh. Well, shit. There went my nose. I got a straw for my coffee. Ah. Yummy. 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 There we go. Now maybe that'll hold my fucking nose in place. Gonna be all up in r/brand new sentences open this bitch. I'm the box ghost.
You know, when I bought that, you were so like, why are we getting this? And you use it almost as much as I do.
Listen, man, I'm just not used to self-care, okay? Leave me alone. Ugh. Just smush it. Smush my head. Ah, 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 ah. Alright. Just playing around. Alright. You know what they say? Cut off your nose to spite your face. This is what we like to call pulling a Copernicus. You know what I need to do though? I need to hide some bugs. You know what? I just need an Instagram filter to just like smooth this out. You know? That's what'll do it for me. Just get an Instagram filter. Make zombified fat flesh look into okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm digging this experience. This has been fun. If nothing else, this has been fun. I don't know, it's really structurally important that his nose doesn't fall off again. Listen, if I'm gonna go Copernicus, it's gonna be on camera and it's gonna be with a knife. Because, you know, I don't wanna like get the blood effects in there, and I can't do that if the nose just falls off. Oh. Oh, this is hideous. Just do it! Claim me! Claim me now! Girlfriend gave me a look of, that pun was stupid and you need to stop. Come on. That was my nose. That was the inside of my nose that just fell out. That was like a big bloody booger. Look, Mommy, I'm pretty now. Aren't I beautiful? Can I enter the beauty pageant now? Fuck, this looks hideous. I love it. Oh man. It's gonna fuck up my neck for a week. Did you just look over and see my fucking face fall off, dear?
No.
What?
No.
Well, it did. Oh my god. Fuck. This close. We were this close to greatness.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
Your face looks a little down, dear. Okay.
The Achilles chin. Alright. You gonna take a picture, dear?
Move your hand and look towards the. Look that way. No, like forward. There you go. You look
Horrifying.
beautiful.
Veronica,
What?
James says, I am witnessing the creation of man. It's alive! Lips. You in the club and this guy slaps your girlfriend's ass. What do you do? Is this my ears? Probably put my ears on, huh? Let's do that real quick. Well, see, the plan is that the eyes are actually going to go on right before I start filming. And so that way, I can like dig those out first. So yeah, that's the plan. Well, I want one of my blood effects, so, you know, that's cool, I guess.
So you see, that's where the trouble began. That smile. That damn smile. Bruh. Oh, we're just gonna fold this side like this. Okay. It's okay. Oh. Well, I guess that's it. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and when your face falls off. I have a lip now. All right. Don't you get lippy with me. By far the world's worst headphones. They're not even in the right place. They're supposed to be back here. Ah. Okay. Alright, let's see. I think that is already looking better than last time. I don't feel like I have just a giant lump on my head. I feel like I actually have a semi-normally shaped scalp. Maxim 70. Failure is mandatory. The only thing that's optional is whether or not you let failure be the last thing you do. You're looking fine as shit, dog. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the worm back in my forehead. Maybe I can stuff this worm up my nose. Let's get that worm up there. Just get that worm up there. Yeah.
Spider booger. See, that one's got a nice little flat tip to it. I might be able to get that in there. Just the concept of what I'm trying to do is cracking me up right now. Just let me open my jaw and shove this worm out through my nose so I can pull it out in 2 hours. Alright. I got it. I think I got it. Oh no. Alright, wait, no. Let's just pull that up out of the way. And like, maybe I can... I think I can take my nose... Oh yeah. Yeah. Now the worm's in my mouth. Fuck. Like... There we go. Alright. Now it's anchored up in there. There we go. I have now got a worm up my nose. And I have ruined everything else that I've worked so hard to achieve. But it's okay. We got this. We got this, boys. There's a worm up my nose. Roll that beautiful campaign footage. Because it's a smear campaign. Alright. Magnificent jawline. See, if I had thought ahead, I would have shoved that fucking worm in my nose earlier. Talk about fucking brand new sentences. If I had thought ahead, I would have shoved that worm up my nose earlier. What an adventure that was, huh? Trying to shove a worm up my nose. Having this worm in my mask is like really distracting. Like, look at that. Just had a little spider right there. Just gonna hide a little spider right there. Little face spider. Little face spider, such a good little boy. There, little face spider. Good little boy. Too bad I don't have some head crabs. Little face spider. You like that? Yeah. You little friendly blue boy. You little friendly little boy. You're very nice. You won't bite, I promise. No Spider-Man in this show. Kind of like, oh, it hurts. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, my face. Oh, this is not pleasant. Oh, I don't like this at all. But it's worth it being on the right side of the skeleton wall. Get a little red in them cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Get a little blush. And by blush, I mean Russian blood. Just flowing out of there like nobody's business. Off? Oh. My face spider, he decided to give me a little visit. Jump in my lap instead of staying where he belongs. Hello? Anybody home? Oh, biscuits. Not this again. Love how I just got this like little George Washington curl on this left side. You can see the worm hanging below my chin. It's a little bit heavy. where I'm dangling out my neck. Can we just give, like, nature some hella credit for, like, figuring out a way, so many ways of attaching skin to bone without it fucking slowing off? I need more flesh. I need more flesh. More flesh. You know, it's funny that I had wanted to start from the top when I started, you know, gouging my face out and shit. But it's looking like it's gonna be better off if I just start from the cheeks. Like I just... You wanna know how I got these scars? Look at them ears, boy! Weed? In my car? What are you talking about? I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, boys. I think I'm ready to record a video. Okay, alright. Time for challenges. And man, was this challenging in so many ways. First off, materials. I needed materials. I went to a hobby shop in town for clay. Some modeling clay. This stuff right here. I don't know if traditional clay would have been better. It certainly wouldn't have been the right color, unless I was doing an elephant skull. There was also the risk of it drying out. Also, I can't get the variety of colors. Also, I'm not planning on firing my glorious flesh mask. Otherwise, normal clay would have been a great idea, but I wasn't, so I didn't get that. I also bought eyeballs, eyelashes, fake bugs, ears, fake blood, plastic baggies for blood effects, and liquid latex, which I never even opened. I even grabbed some skeleton gloves because I wanted to use those in the process along with my skeleton hoodie. Which, I mean, it's old, but reliable. In the end, I only used a couple of bugs, about half of the fake blood, which, you know, useful for next time, around a dozen of the tiny baggies, and the ears. The eyeballs, lashes, latex, and the gloves went completely unused. Mostly because by the end of the process, I'd kind of given up on the end product. So, what did I learn from this failed attempt? Number one, larger formed pieces hold better for the most part. You can tell with the way the first attempt starts falling apart really quickly from my slapdash effort. Repeated patchings also don't really help as much as I'd like it to. The clay also really needs a lot of overlapping to hold well. The clay really wants to be thick in order to keep from cracking, but it also needs to be thinner for the squibs, and so there's not so much weight. I also need something thinner, something weaker for my squibs. The plastic bags are just too tough for the knife I was using. I either need weaker bags or an actual knife, and I think weaker bags are the better idea. I might be able to make something with like wax paper and tape. Testing required. I may need to experiment with layering the blood effects under liquid latex instead of full clay. That way I can cut in, get the instant blood, instead of trying to dig in and find nothing. I think temperature was also a factor in a lot of the failures, the structural failures. I noticed that the clay was a lot easier to work with while it was warmed in my hands. And then I think once it started to cool down on my face, it kind of started falling apart. Which means that keeping the clay warm might be helpful, which may mean having the temperature of my abode warmer. Honestly, I straight up failed to really plan anything here. I was just kind of throwing everything together and, yeah, didn't plan well on where things would be, how I'd get them there, but it was a great idea for experimentation, but wound up being a bad idea for a finished process. Like a nose worm. If I'd have planned for nose worm, I'd have done that before even preparing to put the nose on. Go figure. Another thing I didn't take into consideration was my actual face. I had intended on 2 takes, 2 scenes, but I never prepared for my first scene, so I was scruffy looking. It was a major factor in why I kind of gave up on the full video idea. I didn't really feel like recording this, and yeah, I don't know. I'll probably come back to it next year, given the time and opportunity to do it again. So here's how I think things should be done for next time. First, prep. Film whatever intro bits I'm going to do, like this. Then prep. Nose worm should be prepared first, along with the eyes if I intend to use them, and maybe painting the ears so they match the clay. Next, blood packets. I need to test and perfect them and then create them. A whole bunch of them. Also, I need to experiment with either layering them into or under or on the clay with latex. Something to make them easier to cut into. Next, I need a diagram of my effects that I'm planning out. Places to target that I can reference in the moment. A reminder of where everything is at, and even an order in which to attack myself, so to speak. Then pre-prep, warm environment. I probably need to do this while it's still warm in the house. It'll suck, but I think it's necessary for the elasticity of my face. Also, during the crafting period, I need to make sure that I can see the things I need. I had a lot of issues with my tools, material, and other equipment being completely out of my sight lines. So I need to make sure that my assembly area is kind of in clear view. Okay, so crafting the mask for the mask. I think I need to try to use as little clay as possible, if it's possible. Nose first, great idea. Worked really well as an anchor point. Big areas where necessary and where possible need to be done in like a big slab. By big slab, I don't necessarily mean thick, I just mean a big area. The big areas really seem to help structurally. Another big problem is the chin. It's thin, not well supported, and really difficult to deal with. It's fallen apart on all 3 of my attempts. I think maybe on the 4th attempt, I'll need to concentrate on hanging it from the math teeth in one piece, and also form a better chin. Seriously, that chin looks horrible. Now, if you've got any observations, any suggestions, or ideas, I'd be glad to hear them. Anything to help the final project. With that, gather the a big hunk of clay, spit blood, strip the flesh, watch as your flesh falls off, and have a party at the leper colony.